Hello my friends, welcome back to another Simple Sentiments series. This particular video is about the masking technique. It's a very easy technique and there's a bunch of different ways you can do it, and again you don't need a ton of supplies to do this really cool fun technique. The first card I'm going to show you features the photopolymer stamp set from Flower Patch from the new annual catalog. And I'm just going to grab a flower and set that aside. They do stain a little bit when you're using them, and I've been using this a lot. And let me see, I think I'll go ahead and use the big leaf. Rarely do I have a card already organized with the layout for my videos. I don't know why, I kind of wing it. I usually have an idea, but quite often when I do my videos it's just as I go. So there's no guarantees how it's going to work out. So, alright. This is cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and the base of the card is strawberry slush cut at 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. I also have some post-it notes. Now I'm going to peel this off, shove that aside, put that down. Now for this card I just grabbed all of my ink pads from the 13-15 new color collection. So what I have here is my pistachio pudding, baked brown sugar, crisp cantaloupe, strawberry slush, and coastal cabana. My plan is to use all the colors in this card. So I have my strawberry slush, ink up my stamp, and just stamp it down on my post-it note like that. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to cut this piece out. So this is going to be the mask that we're making. I'm just using my paper snips, and I actually love cutting out paper. The trick I have found is to move your paper along with your cutting. And it doesn't really take long, and it's really quite relaxing. Now I have learned a trick recently about using our photopolymer stamps, and that is to stamp with them on our piercing pad. Alright, I'm going to put a piece of scrap computer paper onto the piercing mat. I'm inking up my stamp again, and I'm just going to stamp right here in the corner, push down nice and firm, lift off. Beautiful. Now I'm going to clean my stamp. To clean my stamp, I just have an old Stampin' Up! Mist bottle that I have filled up with water, and I have one of our scrubbing pads. I'm just going to mist this and rub it on my scrub pad here, and it's clean and it's ready to go for the next ink color. The next color I'm going to use is the crisp cantaloupe. I'm going to ink up my stamp. I'm positioning my mask right on top of my flower. Now I'm going to stamp it again. So now this will look like it is behind the other flower when I remove the mask. Marvelous. Really, really easy. I'm going to put my mask back down because I want to do another flower right here. So again, I'm going to clean my stamp just like I showed you a second ago. This time I'm going to ink it up in my Coastal Cabana. And push down, stamp again. Voila! Again, it looks like it's behind your flower. Now the first flower you stamp, or whatever image you use, will always be on the front. It will always be the first one you see. Everything you stamp on top of your mask will look like it's behind your mask. Now it's time for adding some greenery. We're going to add some leaves. I'm going to put this aside, grab another post-it note, stamp my leaf down, and again I'm stamping it so that I'm getting some of that sticky strip there. And again, just like your flower, you're going to cut that out. Okay, I'm bringing back my card. Put my mask down like that. Ink up my leaf and stamp it down. I'm not, oh, fiddly-dee. I'm going to show you, I got some of the ink here. I really didn't want that to happen. So we'll pretend we wanted it there. And it's because I'm using a big block and I have extra ink around it. We're just going to stamp a leaf on there. Right? So that's all fine. That's all good. Now I'm going to put this mask on top of that leaf. So I still have my mask on the flower. Now I've added a mask on that other leaf. I'm going to ink it up again. And I'm going to stamp it right there like that. So when I remove it, that leaf looks like it's behind that one. Now I want to add a couple more. And again, I'm going to use my mask for this leaf. So I have my flower mask and my leaf. Now if I wanted to, I can make more masks, so I have more masks on my leaves and my flowers. But I think for the most part, you're getting the idea of what I'm doing. So I'm just building along. The last thing I'm going to do is add my expression. I want to stamp my expression again onto the Whisper White. Okay, so there's my stamped image. I'm now going to just turn it into a banner. If you have a paper cutter handy, you can cut this so that it's exact. But I'm just going to go ahead and use my scissors. Okay, straighten that, and now I'm going to add my little tail. So I'm going to add this to my scrap piece of strawberry slush. Just trim that off a little bit more. Stick that on just like that. Again, make my little tail. And I find that a little bit thick, so I'm just going to trim that on each end. Now I'm going to take the crisp cantaloupe and add this onto that, which really shows you how crooked my cutting is. But that's okay, I'm going for that wavy kind of look. And it's nice how it pulls the cardstock in as well. And then lastly, I'm taking my little flower punch and I'm going to punch out 3 flowers. And I want to add some bling to this card. Now if I had some rhinestones, which I'm completely out of, which is crazy, I can't believe I'm out of my rhinestones, and my pearls, I would put one in each one of these flowers. But because I don't, I'm going to use one of these little flowers. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue in each one. Last but not least, I'm going to add some of our thick baker's twine in the pistachio pudding, strawberry slush, crisp cantaloupe, and coastal cabana. And I'm just going to add that to the edge, and I want the knot to go right here where my banner starts. So I'm going to twist that around. Okay, and I have my craft scissors. I'm just going to snip those tails off and free these up a little bit. So I'm just pulling on the ends. And there you have it. I think that turned out pretty well. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that masking technique. Thanks for watching and happy stamping.